Hi, I'm Seth Sorensen, City Manager for the town of Pecos City, and we're here today with Mayor David Flores to answer some questions regarding the COVID-19 pandemic and the recent announcement to open up for business from the governor. Thank you for being with us today, Mayor.
Thank you for having me.
So, Mayor, how bad has the coronavirus gotten?
It's a serious matter, of course. We know there have been 663 confirmed corona-related deaths in Texas. As we learned on Monday, 79% of these came from those with high-risk factors, which included age, impaired immune systems. The virus can live on a hard surface for possibly up to 14 days after exposure, and you can show symptoms within 14 days. It is still very serious, but we have to get back to our daily lives somehow. But we still need to be safe and take our precautions.
Very good. So as a result of the governor's message on Monday, are businesses allowed to be open?
Some businesses are allowed to open, but with restrictions on how many people they are going to have inside at one time. Most businesses need to stay under 25% of the occupancy for the building.
All right. So when can they open?
The governor's shelters in place expires at the end of the month, which is the 30th. So they can open on the 1st. So most of the businesses will open on May 1st.
Okay. So if I were to run a nail salon or a cosmetology salon, would I be able to open on May 1st?
Not yet. The state is rolling out a phase opening, which means that this first phase will start on May 1st, and we can contain the number of COVID cases. The second phase, which will include nail salons, barber shops, will start as early as May 18th. This is why it is so important that we continue to practice social distancing and consideration of others in the upcoming weeks and months.
So besides nail salons and barber shops, what else remains closed?
Bars, gyms, swimming pools, massage parlors, tattoo studios will remain closed. A full list will be available on the city's website.
So what is allowed to be open on May 1st?
Retail stores such as Bell's and Walmart, other businesses that were previously classified as being essential, dining restaurants, movie theaters, shopping malls, museums, and libraries. Additional information on reopening the golf course will come from Reeves County.
So if we have a local business owner who has a restaurant, but they're required to post a 51% sign because they sell alcohol and they have a license from the TBAC, can they reopen and have their dining room open as well?
The protocol for reopening restaurants with a limited capacity does now allow for these establishments to be able to open up their dining areas at this time. They may continue curbside pickup and delivery.
So there's also, was thrown out in the governor's message yesterday that some counties will be able to open up to 50% of their occupancy load. When will we find out if Reeves County is one of those?
According to the protocol, we will have to wait until May 1st to find out if we can qualify. And we'll let our citizens and businesses owners know that at that time.
So if I'm a business owner, do I have to open?
The governor is not mandating that any businesses open, but it is at least now an option. If opening, it is a suggested, but it is only a suggestion that employees and partners use masks and gloves as well.
What would you suggest to those people that may not feel comfortable either going out to visit retail or possibly even going back to work? What can they do?
One of the best things you can do is to take accountability for yourself. Practice the safe habits. Avoid places where you feel you might be exposed. Just because things are opening back up doesn't mean you have to go.
Now, I've heard a lot of people ask whether they can go visit their loved ones in nursing centers or at the hospital. What's available to them?
Unfortunately, no. It is still mandated that people shall not visit nursing homes, supported living centers, or the likes. These are the people most likely to be impacted by the coronavirus. And if we want to keep them safe, we need to stay away from them for now. We encourage you to find other ways to contact your loved ones in these facilities. contact the facility to see what is available.
Is it safe to go to the hospital?
If you have an emergency, please take advantage of our local health care. There are reports of increase in deaths resulting from stroke and heart attacks because people are afraid of contacting the coronavirus. While it is true that you might get coronavirus by going to the hospital, it is for sure that you will suffer the consequences of not getting proper medical care in an emergency. Reeves County Hospital is taking very good precautions to protect everyone's health. You can contact Reeves County Hospital District with specific questions regarding visitation and what medical services are currently being offered.
Okay, so we've talked about retail, we've talked a little bit about what's available for the hospital and staying safe there. What about going to church? Can people start attending again?
Social distancing and limited groups will still be in place over the coming weeks. Churches are encouraged to comply with the updated guidance issued by the Attorney General, which can be found on the city's website.
So for those employees that might not feel comfortable going back to work, what do I have to do if I still feel unsafe?
That is a question to be answered between the employee and their employer.
All right. So let's turn a little bit to what's available as city services. Can people still go to the park?
Yes, parks are still open, and people are encouraged to go enjoy them. However, please keep in mind the restrictions on large groups and social distancing still applies. Picnic area and playgrounds will continue to be closed because we have learned the coronavirus can remain on hard surfaces for possibly days. The city will open these amenities up as soon as possible.
So you talked a little bit earlier about Reeves County and the golf course. When will we find out about the golf course opening up?
The golf course is owned by and operated by Reeves County. Further information regarding the golf course will be forthcoming. However, Judge has said that hopefully by May 1st he will open the golf course.
I'm sure that's a lot of good news for the duffers out there. I've heard rumors, and people have reported rumors, that the governor has said that they don't have to pay their water bills or their trash bills. Do people still need to pay their water bills?
The short answer is yes. But if you have been impacted by unemployment or other hardships during this pandemic, please contact the city at 432-445-2421 to see what other options are available to you. We are not aware of any such things coming from the office of the governor, and as a municipality, we are not subject to the Public Utility Commission ruling, but we are trying to help those impacted by this pandemic.
So how will the COVID-19 pandemic impact the city's budget?
The city is taking a hard look at the current fiscal year to make proper adjustments, while striving to maintain the right balance of providing services. The City Council will also take these circumstances into account when preparing next year's budget, because we have to remember that the city relies only on taxable stuff. It doesn't rely like the county, the school, and the hospital on taxes that are paid by the citizens of Pecos. We have to rely only on sales tax. And right now, it has been very slow.
And we do collect a little bit for property tax, but I think our valuations came in at about 600 million compared to the 16 billion that those other entities receive for their property tax.
So that is a big loss.
It is a big loss. It impacts us tremendously. Where can people go to get additional information?
Visit the Town of City website at www.pecostx.gov or the city's Facebook page at facebook.com/Town of Pecos City.
Any closing thoughts for us, Mayor?
No, just a few reminders. First, this doesn't start until May 1st. Practice social distancing, good hygiene such as washing hands regularly, limited groups starting home if you are sick, staying home if you are sick, and being mindful and respectful of others around you will still be in place. The more we comply with these good habits, the sooner the rest of the businesses can open and restrictions on how many people can be in businesses can be removed. Please find ways to support your local businesses. They create jobs, and these are essential to our community.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mayor. It's good to know that the economy is going to be opening back up and that we have opportunities to still have services provided by the hospital and by the city. As we continue to figure out as more develops about this, we'll try to keep the public informed. And again, May 1st is when the opening of businesses goes into effect for phase 1. And if we can follow the rules and keep the COVID cases down, phase 2 might come back as soon as May 18th. And so this has been a Q&A with Mayor David Flores. We're very grateful for him taking the time and making the time to come visit with us and to share this information with us. If the public has any additional information or questions that we didn't answer in this session, please feel free to submit them to the city via email at engage, that's ENGAGE, at pecostx.gov. Be safe out there, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.